Hi, hello, and welcome, kings and queens, cuties and beans, back to Final Fantasy XIV Online, Heavensward. Margaret.
Have you ever bathed in the waters of the Northeast? Of course not, because a gang of burly Hropkins has been attacking any who goes near them. Kupo, if you were kind enough to slay a few, it might scare them away, giving me time to dip in the waters.
Oh, my body revolted against that voice. Okay. Read as a Moogle, and then my body just violently sneezes and explodes my brain.
Bren, if that is what you insist on calling yourself, you have completed the trials of trustworthiness administered by the taskmasters Moghan, Mogmug, and Mogwin. During these grueling tests of character, I closely observed your conduct as well as that of your companions. And I have decided, Kupo, gather your friends before me now, so that I need not repeat myself needlessly.
Okay. What sorcery is this? That my heart should stir at mere fluffiness. Ren, I was... No matter. What is it? Chieftain Moglin has made his decision. Well, let us not keep him waiting then. She thinks they're cute.
We've become such friends, Kupo. My Moogle cousins love to sing and dance as much as I do. Chieftain Moglin has finally come to a decision, has he? Well, I suppose I'd better flutter over and see him then.
Standing here in Mogholm, my thoughts turn inevitably to the legend of good King Mogulmog XII and his seat in the heavens. Like most, I thought it no more than a myth, a story of younglings that grew with the telling. But with every passing moment, I become more certain that we have discovered the origin of the tale. Full eager am I to hear what the chieftain has to say. Echo your trials, Warrior Blight. I myself have been sent on a number of expeditions to chastise the local dragon population. Did not their chieftain wish to avoid inflaming the Dravanians? Such contradictions aside, our host seemed entranced by the height of my leap. They compared me to Mog, a lance-wielding Moogle warrior of Eld, who also favoured such attacks. It was meant as a compliment, I expect, but I doubt these furry lumps could outleap a Karak or lamb, much less a dragoon. Conclude your business here swiftly, Ren. I like not this place. It feels like he's being teased. So they probably are. These trials over then, my tasks have been little more than household chores. If our hosts elect not to grant their aid after working us like pack chocobos, I shall demand compensation in Koopa nuts out of principle. But I hope it will not come to that. Let us hear the chieftain's verdict, shall we? So glad I wasn't the only one that was made to do chores.
Never have I seen such determined workers, Kupo. It would have taken us moons to complete all those dreary chores and niggling errands.
I'm gonna kill him. And have our labours proven the purity of our intentions, chieftain?
Without a doubt. In fact, there was never really all that much doubt to begin with. You were, after all, already friends with a fellow Moogle. But you see, before any meeting with Hraesvelga could take place, certain preparations needed to be made. And what better way to help you pass the time than by having you perform all the tiresome tasks that no one ever wants to do, Kupo?
Same Estinian. It's fine.
Oh dear, the horn. Bring out the horn, quickly now. We blow on this wondrous instrument whenever we wish to speak with the great worm, Kupo. We haven't perhaps been treating it with the care it deserves of late. I think Moghan may have sat on it. But, so we needed some time for cleaning and polishing and straightening. No lasting harm done, though. Now you need simply head to Zenith, the worm's dwelling to the west, and give the horn a good toot.
We are in your debt, Chieftain. Thanks to your noble gift, we shall finally have a chance to plead our case to Hraesvelgr.
Very possibly, yes, but I wouldn't get my hopes up too high, Kupo. The old worm isn't terribly fond of them.
Your concern is appreciated, but I am quite certain that Hraesvelgr will welcome our overtures. Honey, that seems a little optimistic. I guess that's what we need, but it was a little overly optimistic. Should we arrive at his lair? Come. We have squandered enough time already. She's so pissed at him. She's like, I'm gonna beat your ass. Chieftain Moglin, we thank you for your gracious hospitality. Though we must soon take our leave, I pray that we may continue to nurture the shoots of this new-sprung friendship twixt earth and sky.
Of course, Kupo. Visit us whenever you wish. Consider Mogholm your home amongst the clouds.
He totally sat on it.
Thanks for the help, Kupo. I doubt I would ever have found all the time for all those rotten chores. Hey, it wasn't my idea. If the chieftain had spent a little less time sitting about and a little more time chieftaining, things would never have gotten so messy in the first place. And he was the one who sat on the horn, by the way. I knew it. But now all of the errands are done and the horn is fixed. All's well that ends well, eh, Kupo? Well, I expect your ear to be on your way. Did I mention your friend was looking for you, Kupo? If not, Alfino is looking for you. I'll be waiting just outside, stretching my wings. Let me know when you're ready to depart.
Okay. To the best of my knowledge, we have all that we need for our trip to Zenith. I believe the Elder Eorzea and her retinue will soon be making the journey back to Gridania. It would be remiss of us, I think, not to convey our gratitude to them prior to going our separate ways. Shall we? Yeah. Alphino, Ren, I do humbly thank you for what has been a most enlightening experience. Were it not for your pioneering spirit, the existence of these Moogles might never have been revealed to us. It is we who should be thankful, Elder Eorzea. Were it not for your timely diplomacy, they would never have chosen to reveal themselves at all. It was your presence, Kuplokop, that ultimately won us their trust. It must have taken great courage to lead the sanctuary of the Twelveswood, and we are exceedingly glad that you did.
It was my pleasure, Kupo. I've made so many new friends, and have so many fantastic tales to tell my kinsmoogles back home.
And it is our home that we must now return. Ooh, my throat caught. That was weird. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal, my friends. Safe journey, Elder Eorzea. We too must be on our way. Hraesvelgr awaits. Warrior of Light, Pray attend closely to your companion, Sir Estinian. Beneath that social facade, a storm of anguish seethes unseen. I know. Let us go.
Have you said your goodbyes and dabbed away your tears, Kupo? Then we are indeed ready to go. As Chieftain Maglinori explained, the shiny instrument we gave you is the best means of grabbing Hrisvalda's attention. I'll come along and show you the way to Zenith. That's the big palace where you need to blow the horn. First thing first, though, we need to make for Asa. Oh, and watch out for rampaging dragons. Maybe that should have been the first thing. Well,
Just a little bit. Oh my god. Me too, Estinian. There's another one here.
you aren't thinking of heading towards Asa, are you? Just watch yourself if you are Archosaurs stalk the road looking for an easy meal. If only someone would drive them away, Kupo. Oh, you seem the type for dragon hunting. Why don't you slay 3 of Archosaurs and open the road back up for Moogle traffic? Once the deed is done, let Mogomont and Asa know.
Oh, okay. I can do that. Alright, I do want to go over and do this one. Oh, there were some down here. Hello. Nice. Now, guessing that's the little bathing area. Alright.
Many thanks, brave adventurer. Finally, I can enjoy a bath without the smell of raw dragonfish assaulting my senses. Say, a dip in the waters might serve to freshen you up as well, Kupo.
Rude. I killed it, so you can go take a bath. Not insult me on my smell. Oh, there's the dragons. see you. Let us go. Look at him. He's so cute. There we go. I should probably grab another class that I can put these levels on. There's 3. On the road to Zenith. On the road again. I can't wait to get on the road again. Hello. Summoning stone. Doesn't look like there's an ether right here, though.
Is that someone from below? How did you get past the archosaurs infesting the road? What? Mogsy asked you to slay them for him? It's just like him to depend on the kindness of strangers. We've barely been able to venture outside of Eorzea for fear of being attacked. Now, thanks to you, the roads are just a little safer, Kupo.
Thank you. I see an ether current. Yeah, I'll be with you in a second. Alright.
Things were a bit bitey for a while, but I think we've arrived in one piece, Kupo. I wonder what has the dragon so awfully snappy? I mean, the bad ones are always bad, but they seem worse than usual.
Heck.
We may have a small problem. When the winds are high like this, Racevalger invariably abandons his lofty perch and heads to the lands below to hunt. If you tried blowing the horn now, I doubt he'd hear it. I suggest we stop at the clearing ahead and rest until the wind dies down.
Hello. Can I... What do you have? 1. I need to repair. I have not. Oh, beautiful. Yes. That's so beautiful. What do you have? Weapons, tools, field gear. Huh. Oh, so if you want, you could get gear here. Interesting. Don't see any blues, so on we go. Over there? This is to the northwest. I'm assuming it's up there.
Visitors now slakeable. The winds will have likely died down by tomorrow, but until then, we might as well make ourselves comfortable.
If we must interrupt our journey so close to its end, I suppose this place is as good as any. And mayhap a brief respite from the hardships of the road will help to clear our minds in readiness for the coming parley. Very well then, I believe a campfire is in order. Leave the gathering of fuel to me. I acquired a keen nose for firewood during my time in the frozen wastes of Kurthus. Clear our minds. It's Master Alphanode whose mind needs clearing. The thought of meeting a great worm in the flesh has befuddled the boy. Do you see him stroll away as if these ruins are not crawling with deadly beasts? Follow him, Ren. See that the wildlife does not make a meal of our young friend. We will have camp ready by the time you return. Please, don't kill each other. Yeah, Alphino, you may have a nose for firewood, but this place is covered in dragons. Pretty ones, mind you, but they're still gonna rip your face off. Alright, so it's over here. Dude, the Skylords look so awesome. They also remind me of, the dragons from Evolution. I love those things. Oh, there's Alpha now. Talk to him? I might be able to. Leave the firewood to me. Oh my god. Alright. That looks so cool. I want one. She was right to worry about the boy's safety. Once Alphino returns with the wood, we can see about supper. The Ice Queen has filled a pot with what looked like stew ingredients, ready for the fire. Ooh. How are we carrying all this shit around? Few things compared to the simple pleasures of sitting beside a crackling campfire of one's own making. So speaks the great explorer. Until recently, you wouldn't have recognized firewood if it came to kindling and a flint. 'Tis well you instructed me so patiently then. But yes, left to my own devices, I would have been compelled to signal a sail with a pile of damp leaves. I was born the pampered son of a Charlian dignitary, and alongside my twin, became the youngest student ever to be accepted into the studium. How proud I was to match wits with scholars and philosophers. How ignorant of mine own shortcomings, that hubris invited manipulation and betrayal, and led to the downfall of the Scions. We all of us are guilty of similar ignorance. How many men laid down their lives, never knowing what it is they fight for, never questioning that which they have been taught to believe. 'Twas only upon meeting Hraesvalgr that I learned the truth hidden within our history. Were it not for that chance encounter, I would never have vowed to tear down the Holy See and expunge the falsehoods with which it fans the flames of conflict. I would have lived and died in ignorance. That the truth has driven me to do terrible things, I cannot deny, but I would rather sin in the pursuit of peace than imagine myself virtuous for perpetuating a needless war. If this journey has taught me anything, it is the importance and difficulty of holding to one's convictions in the face of failure, of striving always to replace one's ignorance with knowledge. You're well on your way, Master Alphino. At your age, I was but a fool, swinging a spear with scarcely a thought in my head. Even now, I struggle to acknowledge the misconception under which I have labored. That's fair, though. You don't want to think that you've been fighting for the wrong reason the whole time. Sitting here, amongst these grand ruins, how can I deny that man and dragon once lived in peace? But for all that such an age existed, we are now in a time of war. Nidhogg killed my family, and no quirk of history will exonerate him. Ow. I may be ignorant of how the Dragon Song War began, but if we do not put an end to this conflict now, I can say for certainty that it will only breed more vengeful souls such as mine. In my hands resides the power to vanquish a great worm. If Ishgard's survival rests on me wielding that power, I will slay Nidhogg myself. What does it know? Estinian, you gave your word. My word is contingent upon the success of our parley. Show me the strength of your convictions, Lady Iceheart. Convince Hraesvalgr of the righteousness of your cause. He's telling you the truth. That is what you guys promised. Doubt not, but that I shall, Dragoon. Well, wind's willing. We shall have our answers on the morrow. Let us sleep now and face our fate with the risings of the sun. Yeah, what do I have? 270. Okay, right. I have the stuff from Adelshire. That one.
The campfire was so cozy, I must have fallen asleep, Kubop. But do you feel how the winds have shifted? They will have borne Hraesvelgr back to the skies above Zenith, I am sure of it. This is your chance to climb to the highest floor of the palace and summon him with a toot of that shiny horn. So, I'll be heading back now, if it's all the same to you. Good luck, Kupo. It was nice knowing you.
Rude. Alright, up we go. It was a nice little... I really liked that. That was cute. I liked the interaction with all of them. Ooh, summoning stone. And an aetherite. Thank you. Nice. Still looking for that. And to the west. Is it up top? Oh, there it is. Nice. Mortals, why do you disturb my solitude? Oh my goodness. He's so pretty. I know we saw a glimpse of him in the flashback, but oh, look at those colors. He's so pretty. He's missing an eye. Thou speakest the name of a creature that all but awaited the release of oblivion. Leave me.
By the 12. Mine ears hear the tongue of dragons, yet the meaning rings clear within my mind. How can that be?
Hraesvelgr, do you not remember me? 'Twas I whom you found in Dravania. I who glimpsed the truth. The truth about your past. About Shiva.
Do not speak her name, mortal. Shit.
But speak it I must. I have summoned Shiva's soul from the beyond and offered myself as her vessel. She has made her heart known to me.
Foolish girl. Thinkest thou my beloved spirit hath descended from the heavens? That the secrets of her heart are thine to know.
I have surrendered mine to her. Do you not see, my love? I am Shiva reborn.
Oh. Gullible fool. The light but illuminated the past for thee. It did not grant thee omniscience. The spirit thou hast summoned belongeth not to Shiva. It is but a shade conjured by thine own fancy. In an age long past, mine own kin were guilty of like folly. Beguiled by the Dark One's lies, they attempted to resurrect a king amongst worms. The divinity they called forth merely borrowed the semblance of my fallen brood brother. Such gods are not summoned, but created. Phantoms spun from the threads of misplaced faith. Ow.
Then the spirit that answered me.
Was but thy dream of Shiva. Thy soul hath been corrupted by a deity of thine own making, child. It makes sense. Oh. Oh. No.
Be that as it may, Lord Hraesvelga, Izel's desire to heal the rift between man and dragon is real, and it has borne us this far. We would spare both our kind and yours the ravages of this senseless war. Pray join your voice to ours in a call for peace and forgiveness.
The tale of thy kind is one of avarice, treachery, and death, and thou wouldst speak to me of peace. Hark thee, mortal, to the naked truth, then tell me thou deservest forgiveness. Oh, are we gonna see it now? 1200 years ago, my beloved Shiva's sacrifice served to bring an end to the war twixt man and dragon, paving the way for an age of peace and cooperation. 2 centuries of harmony were to follow, during which time the Eorzea learned much about us, not least that the eyes of a great worm are the wellspring of his strength. 'Twas out of the selfish desire to possess this strength that King Thordan then conspired to undo all that our peoples had achieved together. Oh, no. With the aid of his little knights, the most noble of Eorzea lured my brood sister Ratatoska into an ambush and took from her that which he craved. Oh, shit. Fain would I strike the image from my mind, yet still the scene doth linger, of my brood sister's tattered corpse defiled by her Eorzea allies. They had torn out her eyes and feasted upon them in the manner of wild beasts. Yet that was not all, for from their bloody banquet the fiends had gained strength beyond that of mortal men. Even now I labour to comprehend the enormity of their betrayal. Nidhogg was the first to learn of the atrocity, and he took to the skies, hungry for vengeance. But though he slew Thordan and some of his knights, their fellow butchers knew only too well where to aim their spears, and with now practiced savagery, they set about my brood brother, sending him flailing from the field. Such is the truth the Holy See would keep hidden. Such was the beginning of the Dragon Song War. Oh. 'Tis a song my kind shall never forget, even should 10,000 years pass and Ishgard crumble into dust.
Your tale bears scant resemblance to the one I was taught. How convenient that it should absolve your kind of all responsibility.
That's what the Holy
But
See
tell
wants.
me, Dragon, why should I believe your version of events?
What thou choosest to believe is immaterial. Betrayal that yet haunts mine every waking moment is no less than the truth to my kind. And Nidhogg meaneth the thwarted people to suffer for all sin till the end of days. That which thou imaginest a war of extinction is but a punishment, a siege of spirit. Hast thou not seen those who tire for the torment, those who abandon their own and sided with the dragon kind?
Ishgard's so-called heretics.
Know that all the traitors' progeny bear a trace of Ratatosk's essence, but a single sip of our blood is enough to awaken it. Shit.
Then, the seed lies within us.
Just for this reason that those who abandon their loyalties are rewarded with a drink, and thus are they transformed. To join the ranks of Nidhogg's ever-growing army as newborn dragons, one by one their death or defection of my brood brother, shall account for all the betrayer's children. So we've been killing people.
Ye gods, I have borne witness to such a transformation. Looked on as a heretic assumed
We've been
the shape
killing
of a dragon.
Ishgardians.
I imagined it some manner of Dravanian enchantment.
Oh,
But
fuck.
if any Ishgardian, regardless of allegiance, has such potential within them, 12 forgive us. To think of all the dragons we've slain.
There will always be some, of course, who choose to fight until the bitter end, like thee, Dragoon. But struggle as thou might, the youthful vigor will be spent ere thou reachest 210, and Nidhogg shall remain to torment thine offspring.
Oft have I wondered why Nidhogg did not simply raze Ishgard to the ground. Now I have my answer. He has no intention of winning the Dragonsong War, for it is no war at all, but vengeance, an eternal requiem sung for his murdered sister.
Shit. Thou hast the right of it, Dragon Slayer. Comprehendest thou now the futility of thy quest? Can we not stop Nidhogg?
I have not come this far only to admit defeat. We can still return the eye to Nidhogg and beg forgiveness for our ancestors' crimes. Mayhap our words will sway him.
I don't think anything's swaying him. Stubborn child, thou thinkest in mortal terms. Our perception of time is too broad for thee to grasp. Yeah. Our lives are like nothing to them. It is a simple matter for thee to offer thine apologies. Thou didst not perpetrate the crime. Despite thy visions, the deeds of history seem distant to thee. For a worm such as Nidhogg, however, that history is yet part of his present, as fresh as the blood that did gush from Ratatosk's wounds. How could he not be driven mad? It is only by the calming embrace of Shiva's soul that mine own fury hath not consumed me. Oh. Let us speak no more of what is done. My faith in your kind is spent, and I would be alone. Nothing we can do? Race was every bit as awe-inspiring as I imagined. His voice fairly dripped with power. The will behind his words so undeniable that I transcended my ignorance of the dragon's tongue. But 'tis but a pity that I misliked what he said. So far did we travel, even unto the very heavens themselves, only to be dismissed like unruly children. And far from mitigating this humiliation, the hidden truths we have learned serves only to prove that our grand mission of peace was destined to fail from the first. No. Nothing will deter Nidhogg from his course. There has to be something we can do.
Well, what do you propose we do now? I, for one, am intent on continuing to the east.
We have to do something.
What is there to be found in the east?
That is true. What is to the east?
Nidhogg's lair, the Eyrie, is said to lie in that direction. And the eye tells me he is near.
I guess that makes sense.
You cannot still mean to slay him.
What other... What
You
else can we
cannot
do?
still mean to stop me. I have been true to my word and aided you in this fool's errand with Hraesvelgr. But your efforts at parley have come to naught, Lady Iceheart. I would see Ishgard saved, and for that, Nidhogg must die.
With the tale of our ancestors' vile betrayal yet ringing in your ears, you speak of continuing this war?
Nay, lady. I would but pierce its vengeful heart. When Nidhogg dies, this war shall die with him.
A moment, Estinian. You yourself spoke of the Great Worm's strength, that you believed him powerful enough to raise your city to the ground. How then are we few to challenge him? Even behind the stout walls of Ishgard, with an army of knights manning the defenses, our victory would be hard won. Yet you propose to contend with the beast in his own lair.
In close combat, this will afford us an advantage. And if the tales are true, the Warrior of Light has bested many an invincible foe. But such speculation is meaningless if we cannot even find the worm. Our first task must be to seek out Nidhogg's lair.
The story of this nation grows bloodier by the moment. Must death always be answered with more of the same?
Such is the way of things, I fear. I shall consider it a miracle if mine armor is not stained crimson ere this conflict is ended.
That I should be blinded by my own lies. Everything I believed, everything I thought I was, gone. All gone.
Ow.
Leave her. Your words will not reach her now. And we have not the time to wait for her to gather up the pieces of her shattered faith.
That hurt. Damn. What false god is this Shiva? What manner of phantom have I welcomed into my heart? Oh. Ow. What the shit? Alright. Just break my heart, why don't you? That was painful. Yeah, I get not wanting more bloodshed, but at this point, we've confirmed that Nidhogg doesn't see this as a war. And it's only going to end with bloodshed. So, like, unfortunately, the only thing I could see is trying to kill Nidhogg to stop this. But then, obviously, that might enrage Hraesvelgr, because he's already lost his sister. Also, when did... I know he's not going to tell us all the nitty-gritty, but I don't remember a part in that of him losing his eye. Alright, so we're going this way. Ooh. Got dark. Another Umbral Storm. Umbral Static. So I'm guessing that's the Aerie. That seems like it, that's where we are going. Their Aether Current should be over here. There it is. Voila. Oh, another one. Here we go. I guess it's as you search for the Aerie. I don't need to search. Pretty sure that's it.
Whatever can be taking her so long, Kupo? My replacement should have been here already, but I don't see her anywhere. I'm so hungry. I wager she went home on account of the troublesome Tulihans that are flapping about. If you save 4 of them, she's secure a safe path, giving my replacement no excuse. Please, my stomach begs you, Kupo. I got you.
I'm gonna... This alien. I don't need that one. There we go.
Thank you. Now that the Tulihans are out of the way, it's only a matter of time before my replacement gets here. I'm about to pass out from hunger, so I think I'll go ahead. What could go wrong, Kupo?
Famous last words.
Is that it?
Scary.
Aye, that would be the Eyrie. I feel Nidhogg's presence through the eye, his caustic hatred gnawing at my soul. 'Twould seem the death of his consort has put him on guard. Mark how he wards his lair with tempestuous winds.
A similar barrier once barred our entrance to the Primal Garuda's domain, until we discovered the means by which it could be penetrated. Mayhap it is time we called upon Master Garland. It will be just like the good old days, no?
Alright. Let's do that one. A force of sufficient power to break through a primal's defenses might conceivably grant us access to the Eyrie. And I can offer no better solution. Pray, consult this engineer friend of yours. Very well, on the condition that you swear not to lure Nidhogg from his lair in our absence. And steal all the glory for myself, you mean? Nay, I am not so selfish as that. Contact me by link pearl when your preparations are complete, and we shall set forth from Ishgard together. Okay. I suggest we rendezvous back at St. Rene's Forum, then. From what I gleaned, the Holy See's decidedly ambitious airship project. Sid will still be in Ishgard. Yeah. Alright. Let us return. Go here. When last you saw Master Garland, he was advising the Ishgardians on their ailing airship, correct? In that case, he might still be at Camp Cloudtop. Failing that, we could try the airship landing, or mayhap even the Skystone manufactory. But let us not waste time searching aimlessly. Someone in the city is sure to know where to find him. The question is who? Sir Emmerich would seem the obvious choice, but there is no guaranteeing he'll be able to grant us an audience at short notice. I have it. Count Edmund's youngest son prides himself on knowing all of the Holy See's juiciest rumors. Let us return to the manor and see if Lord Menelane's about. I don't want to talk to a Menelane. Why? Why did you choose the worst person? Welcome, Master Silvius. Shall I show you inside the manor?
Please. Thank you.
Can I just... Where's Dad? I want to talk to Dad. I don't want to... God. The hero returns. How goes the fight, old boy? Will I trust? In search of a Sid Garland, you say? Then say no more. The taverns are full of talk, and in the name of said a said silver-haired genius has cropped up more often than most. I hear he has been tasked with getting that monstrous airship the Holy See commissioned to actually fly. It would seem the project has been plagued with mishaps from the first. In any case, Garland Ironworks employees are known to frequent the airship landing, and I'll wager their master does too. The airship landing? Yes, I thought as much. Come, Ren, we must find Sid and trouble him for his expert opinion. I would have rather gone and looked at all of those different areas than talked to him. I would have rather searched high and low than talked to a Menelane. Alright, let's go to airship landing. Horrible. Plow. Run, Alpha no. I fare you both. Not terribly well, judging by your faces. Greetings, Master Garland. I'm sure it will come as a little surprise when I tell you we have need of a favor. Another wind barrier. You say it was conjured by Nidhogg. The Enterprise could certainly take you where you need to go, but she would not fare well against dragons. She's agile for a ship her size, but not that agile. Dravanians would fly rings around her. If they took it into their hands to incinerate the rigging, there would be precious little we could do to avoid them. But there must be something we can do. Some manner of weapon we can employ. Estinians stands vigil at the edge of the churning mist, but we do not know how much longer. Alright. I didn't say it was impossible. I said it was impossible for the Enterprise. We need a smaller boat. Biggs, Wedge. It's time we give that new toy of yours a proper field test. Was it the one you guys were talking about when you were needing this stuff from St. Quainek? It's probably the best if I let the lads show you. Come on, the new factory's not far. Yeah, I remember they were working on something back when we were trying to get into the Crystal Tower. Never figured out what it was. Alright, custom manufacturing. Salted earth. A little project's just inside. You're gonna like this one.
Feast your eyes upon our latest and greatest feat of engineering. We call it a mana cutter.
Oh.
After you put down Gaius, Wedge and me struck out on our own for a bit, and started work on the successor to the tiny Bronco.
Impressive little thing, isn't she? My talent for ship design has plainly rubbed off on them. They've adapted the principles of corrupted crystal technology and constructed a mechanism which converts ether from its surroundings into elemental wind. Said wind is then harnessed by the specially engineered sails, providing the craft with propulsion and lift. All in all, a most elegant solution.
Yeah. That's
I'm actually a
interesting.
little upset that I didn't think of it myself.
The design does, however, come with one small flaw.
The energy conversion ratio is bloody awful. To generate enough power to get you off the ground, you need to be in an area awash with predominantly wind-aspected ether.
Oh, that should be easy where we're
In
going.
other words, there are a few places you can fly, lots of places you can't.
The new Ishgardian airship hasn't left the boys much time for tinkering, meaning it may be a while before this particular project takes off. If you'll forgive the pun.
It's not as bad as I've heard. Tataru. Oh no. You running is never good.
Tataru, what's happened?
I've been looking all over for you. There's been word from Aldar. It's about Her Grace the Sultana.
Yeah?
It seems you're required elsewhere. Leave the Mana Cutter with us. We'll see that she's airworthy and suitably equipped to slice through those winds.
Okay.
You, meanwhile, should concentrate on providing Rauban and the Sultana whatever help they need.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to leave that assistance till later, because that's where we're gonna have to end it. Thank you to everyone that came and hung out. I truly have had fun. Leave a like, subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what you want me to see me play next.